Hey everyone, it's M13, and this is part of my England series, as I am now there in England. Yeah, so this is my second day in England, and I've spent most of it riding around. We went and picked up the R6, and then we rode. Where did we go? I don't know. We've done a lot of riding. It was interesting because we went on like the highway, freeway, expressway, whatever it's called. Speed limit's high. It's like 90 miles an hour, which is crazy. That's 150 kilometers an hour. There's no roads like that in Taiwan. There's no roads like that in Canada. And Canada's much larger than England, and we still don't have any roads where you can do 150. There should be, but there isn't. So, yeah, so we're just, that was interesting for me, just flying along at the speed limit's 150, so we weren't, we're doing like quicker than that. Let's just leave it at that. And yeah, so we're flying along and like going through cars and stuff at speeds that my Ninja 650 can't even do, because my Ninja 650 has speed rated tires, because in Taiwan it's never really necessary to go quicker than 180 kilometers an hour. You can do it for like a short burst. You can maybe go up to like 220, 240, but really for a very short amount of time, and then you're back on the brakes. So I ended up getting tires that have a maximum speed of 180 kilometers an hour, because I rarely go above 180, and the tires are just quite a bit cheaper than the tires that have a speed limit of like 280 or whatever. So yeah, not interesting. I'm having a lot of fun just looking at the houses here. It's nice to see, and like the houses here are beautiful and they're old. So sometimes the outside is really beautiful, but when you go inside, they're not exactly, okay, see, I've been riding for a few hours now, so I thought, okay, now I can vlog, because, if I'd vlogged at the beginning of the day, it would have been either quiet, like I would have either not been talking, or I would have been saying, okay, keep left, stay on the left side of the road, left side, left, keep left. And then like, when going around a roundabout, it's like, okay, look to the right before entering, not to the left. Keep your signal light on, blah, blah, blah. Impressions of England. That's where the car boot sale was earlier. We went to there was a car boot sale there earlier. This is weird, like, we were riding for 2-3, oh, that's neat. See this river here? There's boats in it. This morning when we came by this way, these boats were all sitting on dry land because the tide was out, and now the tide's back in and they're all floating again. You think that'd be hard on a Rottweiler? Look at that. Yeah, so to enter a roundabout, you keep your right signal light on like he is, and you keep it on until you get to your exit, and then you switch to your left turn signal. And then here's a little town. The back brakes on this bike, they squeal, they chirp pretty loudly. I don't know if this bike's been ridden much lately, or see, they're really loud. I think that comes from when you're riding and you're accidentally pushing on the rear brake just a little bit. It'll kind of like smoothen out and become too smooth, and then it chirps a lot when you hit the brakes. That's just a guess, but I know there's something. You got to be careful. Bikes are made. Almost every bike I've been on, the rear brake, which is your right foot, is set too high. You probably notice that yourself if you ride a bike. Because you should be able to always keep your foot over the brake, like, at the ready. But I often find that I can't keep my foot over the brake because the brake's too high, and if I try to place my foot there, I end up like pushing it by accident. So I end up having to put my foot beside the brake and not cover it. And then when I want to brake, move my foot back over to the left and then brake, which is not safe. So I don't know. I really don't know why they make it so high. Maybe it's because I'm tall. Maybe it's for shorter people it works. I don't know. He's pointing at something and he said no. McDonald's? Maybe he wants to go to McDonald's. You want to go to McDonald's? Yeah. No? Sven's kind of cheap like that. He's always trying to get us to eat at like 7-Eleven or McDonald's or anywhere cheap. That's what Sven tries to go for. He's always telling me to keep the speed down because it's a camera. 30. Doing 22, Sven. Old people are like that. He's like, slow down, there's a camera, we gotta do 30. We're doing like 20. It's just like, okay. I'm just busting his balls. You know, I recently had a video where I made a joke about British people, and then I had like multiple comments from British people who were offended, and like I had like private messages from like 2 or 3 British people that said they were unsubscribing, and it's like, oh my god, I was riding around. This is from the Sven trip series. Sven is British. He lives in England. He's British. He's from, I think, I don't know, Nottingham. He's from Nottingham, and now he lives near London. And in Brighthove, Bright something, Bright Cove, Hove, Bright something, Brighton Hove. There you go. He lives in Brighton Hove, and what? I should get credit, man. My first day, this is my first day ever riding on the left side of the road on a bike that I'm not familiar with, and I'm vlogging. Somebody arrest me. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, like, I'm riding around with a British guy, so, you know, I make a few jokes about British people, because I'm with a British guy, you know? Like, I'm with a good friend of mine who's British, so I make some British jokes. And then some British people say that, you know, why do you hate British people? It's like, I'm with a British guy. Hello? You know, and where am I now? Oh, geez, I flew to, you know, I had to leave I had to leave Taiwan because my visa was up. I'm switching from a working visa to like a marriage visa, so I have to like leave the country and then reapply for a different type of visa and then go back in, something like that. So yeah, so where did I, you know, and I'm going to be having a baby soon, and I won't be able to I won't have another chance to leave the country probably for quite a while. So where did I choose to go to? I choose to go to England. And then people still like write to me, why do you hate England so much? I'm unsubscribing from you. But then again, you can't really blame them because they're British, and most British people are stupid. And if you didn't pick up on the irony of that last joke, then you really should unsubscribe. It's a joke! You know, here I am just going on about how forget it. If you don't understand, click unsubscribe. I find it interesting that in Britain, cars can park on the side of the road facing either direction. Because I pointed that out to him. I go, oh, that car's parked facing the wrong direction. Like these 3 cars, the last car wasn't. These 3 were. Sven has like road rage issues, seriously. Like, first of all, he'll tailgate. We'll be doing 150 kilometers an hour on the highway, and he'll get right up on someone's bumper because he gets annoyed because they don't move over. But like, I wouldn't tailgate, not at 150, man. So then yeah, he gets annoyed pretty quickly, which is interesting because